in this session, what I'll do is I'll talk about notebook software and the basics of how to use notebook software. So notebook software is an interactive whiteboarding application. It's going to enable you to write. It's going to enable you to actually change your handwriting into text. We're going to cover how to organize objects. So those objects will be text objects, they'll be annotated objects, there'll be objects like PDF files embedded into the notebook software, as well as image files like picture files. We'll also talk about then, after you're done, how to save it and distribute it to your students. So let's get started with a blank page. Now also, before I start, there's a lot of other different types of menus within the notebook software. What I'll be covering is things that you'll be using probably 95% of the time. If you want to know more about notebook software, you can actually go to the SMART website, which is www.smarttech.com. You'll be able to click on the support section, on the training section, and then notebook software, and there's a lot of different content about how to build lessons within the notebook software and how to use it to enhance whatever else that you're presenting to your classroom. So we'll start a new page, and then we'll start from scratch here. So what we'll do is we'll pick up a stylus and we'll write. So it's very easy to write. You can write in script, or you can write in block text mode. What will happen is that once you touch that, you'll be able to manipulate this and move this anywhere that you want. You'll be able to use your gestures. You'll be able to make the text smaller or larger. You'll still be able to use your gestures, and if you wanted to erase something, you have the ability to use your fist or palm of your hand to erase. You can also turn your stylus over, erase it that way, or you also have the ability to erase with your eraser as well. Now, what you also have the ability to do is once you hit that, that writing, you'll see that there's a box that appears around the text. In the upper right-hand area, there's going to be a text recognition application as well as a number of different attributes. So we can go forward and actually take our handwriting and change it into text very easily. Now what you can also do is you have other ways you can enter text into the whiteboard space. You can just use your standard keyboard and start typing. Also, you can bring up the soft keyboard to write. Now the way to do that is you're going to go down to your program tray. You'll see a SMART icon that's blue. You'll touch that and you'll see a keyboard option. And now we have the ability to touch the screen and we can add content. So that text as well is manipulable. So you can actually move it anywhere that you want and organize your text any which way that you'd like. What you also have the ability to do is from here is you can insert different types of objects. So all we have to do is we can go to Insert, and we can insert a new page. We can insert a picture, and so that's what we'll do, is we'll insert a picture. Okay, and this will be a big image, but we can actually manipulate that image and move it down to a smaller area. So it's very easy to insert all sorts of different information and manipulate it. Again, using your gestures, you can make it smaller or you can make it larger. What you can also do is once you have your image in the spot that you want, when you go to your Properties button, you have the ability to go into actually setting it part of the background. So what we can do is we can lock it in place. And we hit the lock, and we lock in place. And now that's actually locked to the background. So what you can do is you can again use your attributes. So I'll go to my Smart Ink and I can actually change this to a highlighter. And if I wanted to, I have the ability then to highlight information very easily as well. So now that you're in this whiteboard space, you have the ability to write, change your handwriting into text. You have the ability to add additional content. You have the ability to insert graphics like this. Now what do you do with it after that? You do have the ability to actually go to File, and then you can go Export, and you have a way to export this in any number of different file formats. So you can export it as a web page, you can export it as any number of image files, a PowerPoint file, a PDF file, and a Smart Notebook file. Now once you've saved it, you can actually save it in multiple file formats and still reopen it in Notebook. because notebook software enables you to upload PowerPoint files, XML files in an interactive whiteboard standard file formats, as well as the notebook file. So think of a notebook software as an organizational tool. It gives you the ability to write and organize different things. So for instance, here on our thumbnails, it's going to give you the ability to actually take a page and organize the page. So you can take page 7, make it into page 4. You can take any of these pages and organize them any which way that you want. And so you have the ability to then use multiple pages of information to organize them different ways and then save and distribute to your students.